Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. When we had left off, we had completed Festival of Life by just basically overthrowing the throne, in a sense. So now we're going to do Playing with Fire. Playing with Fire. Adrian, the Fire Witch, discovers a Death Knight is turning the local population into a harvesting ground for undead. Restored to the land and hunt down the evil. Utter extermination of the undead plague is your ultimate goal. Farming towns. Establish a home base and then liberate the other towns on the other side of the border. Destroy all the undead in the area and defeat the Necromancers who are doing this. And 3 of your best heroes. I forget which one is which. I guess this one I want. It's probably that one.
Traveling from Erathia to my homeland of Titalia, I have passed through several towns. I have yet to encounter a living soul. There is only the lingering stench of the undead. I fear a necromancer in the area is raising an army. Who is unknown? Why is unknown?
Run this region, not too far from the Titalian border. Glad to be almost home. The time spent in Sedwick studying with the clerics was useful and productive, but it was too long away from the swamps you love and call home. The Fire Witch, as you are called, cannot bear to be away from her lands, but it is not readily welcome there either. For the people of Titalia fear fire magic and shun all who use it. Knowing the power it holds and wanting to wield it gave you a life acceptance for your power. Alright. In the ranks of these creatures, you see the faint forms of once living peasantry, their tortured souls unable to accept this hell and enter into the afterlife with grim determination. You begin to free their souls the only way you know how. Bushels rustle, and you prepare for attack. Even in Erathia, there are beasts to be wary of. It is not beasts, but peasants. Blood is caked and dried on their face and wraith-like bodies. Terror grips these peasants and holds them captive. Barely able to stutter out at the horrors when what they were witness to. Finally, after a bit of water and some coaxing, one of them tells the tale in the near senseless jumble of words. I was farming, and my wife was picking out berries with the children. He closes his eyes to squeeze out images and breathes deeply. Then we were beset upon by a wailing none of us have ever heard before. Frozen in terror, I watched as these ghastly things flew towards my wife and children. He sobs, unable to speak for a moment. Then I ran and ran and ran. Never looked back. Mortimer found me 2 days later, but he's dead now, or at least sort of. He walks, but does not see or hear what we are, his friends. He killed his own son. The man finally breaks down completely and sobs like a child. This is worse. Much worse. Reports from the others confirm your worst fear. Someone is slaughtering the peasantry to make an undead army. Now it is time to speak to the Titalian leaders, for there is a new menace that plagues Wrathia. This power behind this menace is yet unknown, but you suspect is greater than the leaders of Wrathia have guessed. Italia needs to be warned to support Wrathia if it falls. Pushing aside the thoughts of yet another war, you look forward to simply going home. Quickly, messengers are sent out to the Italian leaders. And to an Arathian lord to the east, the first reads, Arathia has been attacked by strange new enemies. They are extremely powerful. We should prepare in case Arathia cannot hold the tide. I don't know if I want to do that. Or you send off the message to Arathian government. You give it one last look. My name is Adrien. Adrian. Oh, something in my teeth. Which of Tatalia? I am aware we recently were at war, but now it is time for our lands to work together. Recently, on a journey home from Stedwick, I crossed paths with a group of peasants from Bristleton. My men have confirmed news of undead overrunning the land. Arathi is under attack by these vile creatures. I am the only one who's answered their pleas. I do know of the troubles you are having with this new menace, but any help would be appreciated. Satisfied with the message conveys the urgency of the situation, you send it off, hoping the Iranians will take it seriously. Request for help from Tatalian. Praying for good fortunes, you turn to the more immediate matters. Your most trusted friend and advisor, Baltron, enters the tent. Adrian, there's no way Arathi is going to assist us, and yet you attempt to beg help from them. They are still upset at the war and are probably under attack. Why do you bother? Well, I must try. A small quirky smile brushed past your face. This way I have covered all my bases. If we fail, then no one can say I should have asked for help. What if they do not refuse? It is a possibility I cannot pass up. You are no warrior. I need troops and other warriors and for spellcasters. I do value your assistance, but we simply need more help. This is not going to be an easy battle, and you know it. A frown settles back to its accustomed place. I had a feeling that was going to be a bad idea. Oh, man. Actually, like game news. Of the group you sent to Tatalia, only one returns. He confirms there was fear of the infection ahead. The infection of the undead has spread across the border and into Tatalia. There will be no way to get word to the leaders anytime soon. You must deal with this problem without help from your beloved homeland. It's a good one. Stumbling onto your path as a young girl. Her dress is torn and tattered, and she is half-starved. Bringing her food and water, she wolfs down the offering. Her story is a brave one, as she encountered the numbers in the garrison while hiding from the scouting parties for several days. Last count, there were 5 men on large black horses, 10 had glowing staffs, and there were 20 of the bloodsuckers. There were 35 women in rags with glowing eyes and could float. 50 of the slow-moving rotting corpses shuffled around, with 100 of skeletons broken to bits and armor. Once done telling her story, she'd be uncontrollably relieved to be out of harm's way and away from the horrors the child never should witness. A messenger returns from the knight's castle. He does not carry the official word, but the news is not good. The knight sent a message to you saying there will be no aid from Arathia. We have been attacked by hideous beasts wielding powerful weaponry. All of our knights and clerics have been called to defend Arathia from these demonic beasts. Good luck. His words are honest, but do not bode well for your cause. At least there are some Arathians you can recruit to his aid. Oh, I need 10 attack. I remember that. Finally, after several days, the message returned with an official response. We regretfully inform you of our inability to assist in this manner due to a new and formidable menace. We are unable to spare a single knight or cleric since the disturbance takes place on the Rothan-Italian border. We would be grateful if you and your people were able to remove this nuisance. However, There is, however, one knight whom you may be able to create. He is being ransomed by a group calling themselves the Night Stalkers. If you free him and show this letter, he will offer the aid you need. Barely containing the burning fury welling up within, you crumple the letter and stuff it into your pocket. Abruptly, you shout orders to break camp, not saying a word about the bad news. Your instinct tells you this is more than mere nuisance, but fools never listen. My dearest young witch, you know this is going to be an I told you session. I did warn you against begging for aid from Arathi. Even the Italians are unreachable. I am truly surprised they even took time to write what they did. You cut him off angrily, quiet. I am the one who makes the decisions around here. Don't give me that I told you so crap. I am well aware of the response was going to be. Now I have covered my bases, and we can get on with the business of burning this plague of undead from the land. Unconsciously, your hands may have clenched, and power had begun to slither out and curl around you like a snake ready to strike. Seeing the terror in his eyes, you stalk out and curse him for getting you so angry. Bad idea, I guess. I'm not reading that whole thing again. That's good. I doubt there's anything I can build here. Last night you came across lots of piles of rotting flesh. Even though they did not move, you were confident it was a trap. Rather than risking another confrontation, you loosed the full force of your fire magic, cleansing the area of the rotting bodies. At first, the men were horrified at the show of fire magic recoiling from your destruction. What obviously had become zombies, they stood far from you. All night, your own men, fearful of your fire magic, shunned you. In the morning, black smoke plumed the sky, rushing to see why the forest was burning. You saw a most amazing sight. The men were grimly surprised by the fire. There were bodies. There were there the bodies of dead were being burned. Apparently, they had come to terms with fire and realizing its value. If the bodies were not utterly destroyed, then they would soon join the ranks of the devastated. It was best this way. Send him up that way, get that from that. Archers. I don't really care about the people now, but the problem is I don't feel like I'm just getting, like, any money. On the rock face written in blood is the message. Unless you are type A plus, B minus, or B A positive, B negative, or AB positive, we are not interested in having you for lunch. Everyone else should just leave us alone. But those who are the right type may take a nap in our crystal mine. Alright, well now I have an entrance. Aldrin rushes into your tent, waking you from a near-dead sleep. Adrian, there's trouble with the men. Come quick. Throwing on clothes, you stumble sleepy-eyed out into the camp and straight into a free-for-all. Italians and Rothians are brawling. A huge fistfight engulfed the camp. Stop this now. Your strong voice carries, but no one listens. Faintly, you shout again, and know it will give you a sore throat. From deep within, you call the anger needed to release the power of fire. Unleash your flames high into the night sky, and then quickly scramble for cover, letting your temple cool. Each man warily keeps their distance as you stalk through the camp. Looking for the instigators is easy to find them. Two hot-headed cavaliers were disciplined twice already for inciting the mighty Gorgons within the ranks by trying to ride them. Now one of the troublemakers lies dead, having discovered why most don't lock eyes with the mighty Gorgon. Staring coldly at the remaining cavalier, you wordlessly snag the fool in one hand. Between gritted teeth, you manage to speak these words: "There will be no more fighting." The camp jumps as you punctuate the last word with a small burst of fire from your free hand. The cavalier will need to change his shorts. Dropping him, you stalk back towards your tent. Baltron takes over, scolding them further and arranging for healing of the wounded and burial of the dead. Nice. I'm not reading that again. Oop. long and tiring day traveling through familiar territory that has been turned into a pile of rotting corpses takes its toll on everyone. Sweating heavily, you retire to your simple tent to find a few hours of sleep. Noticing the flap is open, you cautiously enter, wondering if undead understand the notion of assassins. If they do, you are not going to find the answer. You are not going to find the answer. A dozen flowers littered the inside of your tent. Their sweet perfume, a heavily scent. You breathe deeply and realize this is not something soldiers or Baltron would do. Giggling from just outside the door lets you know who's responsible for such a gesture. Children recently rescued are watching you simply enjoy the simple pleasure of flowers amidst the horrors of war. You toss them a smile and shoo them off to the bed. For that night, at least you slept well and dream only of your childhood. We're the Night Stalkers. Look what we have here, boys. A ragbag bunch of people who want to become our dinner. Good. Finger looking good. That's what it is. There, boys. Soup's on. He can't get any more. Hey, look, lunch. There's the present that I need. Ah, look, recruits. Sighting of the leader occurred some days ago. It was a death knight on the Great Black Charger. Loyal followers obey his every wish and command. He has moved deeper into Tatalia, and you know this does not bode well for your homeland. Time is of the essence. You must eradicate this menace. Passing through the small valley, troops come across the scarred land where a great battle had taken place. Body weapon horses littered the grounds as a somber reminder of war. Not far, the screams of tortured and dying men echo through the trees. Taking a quick look, scouts report vampires feeding on survivors of the battle. The tattered remains of an army are food for these soulless creatures. The shouts of their leader can be heard. Sir Michael lives. So the Arathans don't wish to pay the price. Very well then, suits us well to have you for a late night snack. The others will be our meals until they expire. Then all will nut across the Nightwalkers. Crap. Um. Already read that. Well, well, well. Look at you, what you showed up on our doorstep. So you don't think? So you think you can take us? We don't think so. I think so. I told you guys this guard duty would be interesting. These nice people are providing us with entertainment. Approaching the prison, you see a group of Arathans clamoring to be freed. Calling out to Sir Michael, he comes forward. You show him the letter. He reads and drops it in. I pledge the loyalty of me and my men. Satisfied, you move forward to free them from the prison. Dazzling display, blah blah blah. The Strange Death Knight seems more powerful than the others, not knowing who he is and why he does not seem upset by your presence or worrisome. Knowing that it could seriously harm you to not know this enemy, you send out scouts to Talia and Arathia to see what they can find out. I mean, I'm getting enough money at this point. Oh, man. Oh, wow. It's really good. Alright. And the top guy, obviously I need to keep. And then the bottom one, I prefer to keep. Stench fills your lungs, and you can taste the decay in the air. The undead horrors foul the land, creating a waste none can stand to live in. Rallying the troops, you're able to push on. Renewed determination soars. That's what I should be doing for this one. I don't even know if I have anyone that can... Send that guy back up. Oh, man. It's about to get kind of iffy. Did I miss something right there? An answer has come back from Natalia. They do not know who this Death Knight is. They are having problems of their own and leave you to take care of the few necromancers seen in the valley. Since at least half of the land is affected or belongs to Arathia, you know Natalia will do little to aid you. I hate when stuff's like hidden like that. Like, I can't really see it, but they can. Send this person. Alright. Messenger comes in from Roth. They need money to run a war, busy with their own problems. They have neglected to realize there are problems on the border. The messenger says if he does not return with the tide due from this area, then we will have to tell Rothi military that there's Italian witch running the territory here, and that could be very bad for you, grinding your teeth. You have you have to be political to fork over with a little tithe. I think I took way too long. Let's see what he does. If he attacks, I'm done. No, no. Alright, so let me try one thing since that seemed kind of close. shoot. He's stronger. Not by much, but still enough. So he's going to have to either retreat or he's just going to die. I won. Alright. It's good for me. Alright, well... basically seize control of everything. Where'd that guy come from? Holy crap, she won. I'm just gonna sit you in here. See, that's the kind of crap I hate. Yeah, just wait another. This guy is really good. That's why I don't want to lose him at all. So. Scouts have been tracking the Death Knight and have finally returned with word who he is. Those Death Knights and Necromancers seen here used to be living members of the cult that served Lord Hart from Arathia. It has been confirmed Lord Hart was raised from the dead. He then raised the dead members of his cult who now serve him in other loyalty. He is forced of death moving through a great land of great life. Nope. And I'm going to send this guy out to get that other place that I just lost all the people from. So that's... I did that. I don't have anyone in here, right? Nope. That's right. Not that one. Apparently these guys are just going to be really annoying right here. I mean, I'm just going to have this guy do his rounds to get... This is all cleared out again. This guy's already maxed, right? Alright, send this guy in now. I gotta get a portal over there. Oh, there we go. I did not think that was going to end that. I guess that was the last one. So, all right, well, I won. Oh, what's this one called? I do this all the time. Let me run it quick. I'm gonna pause it. All right, it's called Playing with Fire. So, yeah, it's 2 PF. Oh man. All right, that's where I'm gonna end this one. When we come back, we're gonna do March of the Undead. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see everyone in the next video. I'll see everyone in the next video.